Hello, good morning. I'm Dilip Thakore, editor of EducationWorld.
Good morning, I'm Summiya, Yasmeen, managing editor.
Well, here it is, our biggest issue of the year. Part 1 of the world's largest school ranking survey.
Yes, the EducationWorld India School Rankings 2025-26 is here.
And it ranks over 4,500 schools across the best schools in India among themselves.
Yes,
covering 518
across a mind-boggling 518 cities and towns across the country.
So the advantage of this issue is that it will give parents across the country, in all the large towns and cities of India, an idea of which school is best suited for their children.
Indeed.
Right?
So we'll tell you a little more about our rankings a little later. But as usual, before we head into our cover story, a quick insight into what we've got in our other sections.
No, I think we should also tell them that this is only part 1 of the rankings, where we've done only day schools. And part 2 is coming up next month.
October.
And this is 330 pages.
Yes.
A blockbuster.
Yes, indeed.
Now, let's proceed.
Yes. So, in our editorial section, as usual, 2 very, insightful editorials. One is on Independence Day. It's titled Anguish and Fear. I won't tell you more about it.
Anguish and anger.
Yeah, anguish and anger. So, I won't tell you anything more about it. You need to read to understand why we are anguished and angry about the state of the nation.
Yes, I think there were some matters to regret.
Yes.
Opportunities missed.
Yes, and our second edit, I think, is equally important. It's on the subject of the heavy price the nation and the citizenry are paying for continuous parliament disruption.
Yes, it's actually an abuse of parliament. And we've called upon our parliamentarians to act not like school children in kindergarten, but to act responsibility, because they have a heavy duty to discharge, and there's a heavy financial cost to continuous disruptions of parliament.
Indeed.
Anyway, it's been said before, but we reiterate it.
Yeah. In our education news section, as usual, we bring you, the happening education news across the country. We don't stop at news. We also interpret the news for you, and we offer solutions. From Delhi, we report on finally the new fees legislation has been passed by the State Legislative Assembly, and what are its implications for private schools, parents, etc.
Yeah. We have 2 stories from Delhi. The second piece is, that...
on the CM Shri schools, following the model of PM Shri schools, the BJP government in Delhi has announced the launch of the CM Shri schools.
CM, Chief Minister Shri School. We discuss whether any purpose is served by having a small number of model schools. Creates heartburn among people who don't get in.
Yes. And in Karnataka, we bring you the news that a new state education policy has been prepared, and the report has been submitted to the Chief Minister. And though the report is not yet formally released to the public, some of its suggestions include taking from Tamil Nadu suggestion of 2 languages
instead of 3 language formula.
English or Kannada mother tongue.
Yeah, we don't think that's such a good idea.
Yes.
And we tell you why.
Yeah.
In Bengal, of course, it's again there's a dispute about the delay in declaring the results.
Yes, of the WJEE, which is a engineering entrance exam, and how it has jeopardized the admission chances of students. Basically delayed the entire admission calendar.
Yes.
Yes. As usual, our education notes and brief section.
Education notes covers the rest of the country. So
we've got news from Chhattisgarh, the Northeast, Sikkim, Ladakh, etc.
Not in as much depth, but nevertheless, news bites.
Yes. And expert comment this time is written by Dr. Chetan Singhai, who's the Dean of School of Law and Governance at Chanakya University. He makes a very, I think, important argument that why Indian higher education should focus on producing internationally minded graduates.
Yes, because it's becoming a global world.
Yes. And now we come to Education World India School Rankings Part 1. Like Dilip said earlier, Part 1 features all the day schools. So this includes co-ed day schools, boys' day, girls' day, and day-camp boarding schools.
And this year,
Yes,
the first
in
time,
innovation.
we have introduced an innovation.
Yes.
Perhaps you want to tell
Yes. So this year, we have introduced a new Supernova Ivy League schools category, which rates and ranks consistently highly ranked schools under a new grade points and star assessment system to differentiate them interstate.
Yeah, the idea being that these schools are they're all ranked number 1.
Yes.
And they're all excellent schools. They're models for the rest of the country. And we don't, and according to expert advice that we've received, it's no use ranking them 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
They all deserve number 1 rank. And perhaps there is some minor decimal point difference between the schools on some parameters. And all of these schools, some are strong on under some parameters, others are strong under other parameters.
Yes, so this has been actually done on the expert advice of Dr. Raymond Ravaglia, who suggested, a system of cluster ranked schools.
Who is Dr. Raymond?
Yes, Dr. Raymond was the former dean of the Stanford University Pre-Collegiate Studies, and now he's the founder director of Launchpad Rankings, which has done
US-based
education research firm, which has done America's best universities rankings for Education World. You can check it online on educationworld.in.
Yes, this is the first time an Indian publication has ranked America's best universities. But the difference being that we have ranked them from the perspective of the best undergraduate colleges in the United States.
Yes.
So Harvard and Yale and others, which are heavy on research, don't do very well in these rankings.
Yes,
indeed. But that was done some 3 months ago.
Yes.
So please go to our website if you're interested and look it up.
So anyway, coming back to this new Supernova category of Ivy League day schools, it's created a lot of excitement because, these are actually best of the best schools.
The Ivy Leagues are the best of the best.
Yeah. And you can look at the magazine as well as check it online. The detailed tables are available. You can check and, we'd love to hear your comment and feedback.
And one of the advantages, I think we should tell our viewers, one of the advantages they introduced the Ivy League is that other schools which have always been ranked low have this time are ranked high in the conventional tables.
Yes, yes.
So with the Ivy League, the best of the best have gone into another category. Other schools can be ranked number 1, 2,
everyone
and 3.
Everyone has a chance to shine because everyone's doing a good job.
And everyone can aspire to go into the Ivy League category.
Yes, very important. So as usual, our largest table is of co-ed day schools.
Yes.
The lengthiest table, over 3,000 schools are ranked.
3,000 schools across
3,000.
the country.
And as usual, to tell you a little bit about the methodology, we've adopted the field survey system.
Yes.
It's not a jury-based ranking. So our partner AZ Research interviewed 9,500 sample respondents, including teachers, principals, parents, and education consultants across 34 cities and education hubs across the country. These sample respondents have rated and ranked these 4,500 schools, and we do it it's all done. The engineering is very carefully designed, Dilip.
Yes.
Schools are ranked across 14 parameters of excellence, which include competence of faculty, teacher welfare and development, sports education, co-curricular education, mental and emotional well-being, which is very important today.
A new parameter introduced by us about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago, mental and emotional well-being, sports, like I said. So there are 14 parameters. And the advantage of doing schools across parameters is that, a parent can assess the suitability of schools for their children's aptitudes.
And the basic point is that we rank schools not only according to academic reputation, and which is what's done in the West and other countries. Because we believe that a child who goes to school must get a holistic experience, a balance between sports, co-curricular, mental and emotional well-being, patient teachers, good teacher-pupil ratio, etc. So the Education World India School Rankings is different from all rankings around the world. In it, it tells you which are the schools that provide the most balanced and holistic education.
Yes,
But
indeed.
if you're interested in a particular parameter, that information is always also available to you. Am I right?
Correct, correct. So it's a very, like Dilip said earlier, it's a 322-page issues, very detailed. So the extensive city tables, followed by state tables, followed by the national table. Mind you, national, because of space constraint, only top 100 schools are there, but the entire other list of schools are available online. So please, check it online.
Yeah. And perhaps we need to tell our viewers that for day schools, city rankings are of prime importance, because for obvious reasons that people
Yes.
are not going to leave their city to attend the best school. So the city rankings have been given primacy in this first part one of our Education World India School Rankings.
Indeed.
So, and followed by states and then followed by national rankings, which are of bragging rights value, but otherwise of peripheral value to day scholars.
Indeed.
And part two, which will be out next month, which we are working on, will give you the rankings of boarding schools and international schools, which are generally have residential facilities. So they encourage movement across the country.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, like we said earlier, various categories: co-ed day, day-come boarding, girls' day, boys' day, all comprising national and state tables. And we also have parameters of excellent India's top 10 day schools.
Yes.
So these are again very valuable tables. They tell you which schools are among the top 10 for these 14 parameters. Like I said, if you're a parent looking at excellent sports education and you don't care much about academics, so top 10 schools for sports education is available here.
Indeed, yes.
And if you believe that mental and emotional well-being of children is of paramount importance to you, the top 10 schools under that parameter are there. So it's actually a treasure trove of information for you to dig in and to select and shortlist schools. But again, a caveat. I mean, these are based on public perception. These should be parents' first checklist to shortlist schools. But after that, please, we strongly advise you to go and visit the school. Check it out for yourself, see with your own eyes, and then make your admission decision.
Yes, this is good for shortlisting purposes.
Yes.
And I think we also need to add, I'm sure there is among many of our viewers also considerable skepticism about this rankings, because several other publications have jumped onto the rankings bandwagon and are also publishing their rankings. And there's a certain amount of world weariness about these rankings. But we want to tell school leaders and in particular that even if you have like 10 applicants for every seat in your school, for every vacancy in your school, that's not the that's not why you should ignore the rankings, because the Education World Ranking also high ranks in our survey enables you to attract the best teachers also.
Yes.
Best teachers, people ready to give endowments for school expansion. All of them are influenced by the rankings and the parameter rankings. And all of them are going to look at these rankings before they make any decisions, whether to join your school as teachers, or to give an endowment, or to have naming rights, etc., etc. So we urge you all to pay careful attention and to use these schools, these rankings to improve continuously. Indeed. And to emerge as model schools for the other 1 million plus schools. And this way, the whole floor of Indian education will be raised, and that's the only way, in our opinion, to make India a developed country, by giving highest priority to make education from preschool to PhD the number one item on the national agenda.
Indeed.
With
so,
that,
so that's our part one of our Education World India School Rankings 2025, 26.
Six.
Like Dilip said, part two is yet to come, which will come in the October issue. So we look forward to you, utilizing these tables, and as
And
usual,
if you have any comments, please don't
Yes.
hesitate.
we are always open
Write
to
to us.
improvement.
Yes.
Yeah. And before we go, as usual, our Parents World, a very interesting cover story this time in Parents World, where we are telling parents that, listen, the co-curricular and fun and learn options of children of Gen Z has changed. So we give you what are these 21st
Yeah.
century options.
Yeah, it's become very fashionable to condemn the social
Yeah.
media and say, don't allow children, they're wasting their time on smartphones and computer tablets and computers and PCs. But there's the other side to it.
Yeah.
Properly supervised, children can enjoy the social
Yes.
media and can learn a lot, and perhaps acquire extracurricular and co-curricular skills which will stand them in good stead when they go into the adult world.
Yeah.
So education not only happens in schools, but it also happens at home. This is what we want to emphasize, and that's the reason why we took the decision in 2016 to publish Parents World as a supplementary to Education World. Well,
So, well,
after that lecture, thank you very much.
thank you.